From the outside, the mansion looked calm, but inside, a storm was brewing, one that billionaire Adrian Holt never expected. That morning, he stood in his office, surrounded by towering glass windows and a skyline that bowed to his success, yet his heart carried a weight that even billions couldn't erase. His company thrived, his name commanded respect everywhere he went, and yet he felt hollow, disconnected, and painfully distant from the only family he had left, his 3-year-old triplets, Mia, Lily, and Grace. He had promised himself he'd spend more time with them, but promises meant little when money demanded his attention. That day, a merger meeting was cancelled at the last minute, giving him something rare, an early return home. He drove back quietly, wanting to surprise the girls and maybe, just maybe, feel like a real father again. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that touch the heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, Kindness Thread. It truly helps us bring more inspiring stories to you. Adrian entered the mansion without alerting anyone, expecting to hear silence, as was normal when he arrived early. But what he heard froze him in place: giggles, laughter, tiny squeals of joy echoing from the kitchen. It was a sound he hadn't heard in months, not since their mother's passing left a void that no amount of wealth could fill. His heart raced as he followed the noise, and the moment he stepped into the doorway, the scene before him stole his breath. His maid, Elena, stood at the counter, a warm smile on her face, holding one of the girls on her shoulders as if she were lifting the sun itself. The other two sat by the large kitchen window, swinging their little legs with uncontainable joy, their matching dresses glowing like bursts of pink against the morning light. The girls laughed, reaching toward Elena with trust so pure it ached inside his chest. It wasn't the laughter that shocked him, it was the way he hadn't seen it in his own presence for so long. He watched silently, realizing he had missed countless moments like this. Elena wasn't just caring for his daughters, she was giving them something he had forgotten how to give: love without hesitation, warmth without boundaries, and presence without conditions. For months, he had been consumed by rebuilding the empire shaken after his wife's death, drowning his grief in business deals and late-night decisions. Yet here was Elena, a woman who earned less in a month than he made in an hour, filling his home with joy richer than anything money could create. He wondered if the girls even felt his absence anymore, or worse, if they had learned to stop expecting him. A knot tightened in his throat as he stepped forward, finally making his presence known. Elena gasped softly in surprise while the girls shrieked, "Daddy," and rushed toward him. Their tiny arms wrapped around his legs, and his heart shattered under the weight of everything he had missed. As he lifted them into his arms, one on each hip with the smallest clinging to his neck, he felt something break open inside him, something he had sealed shut after his wife died. That day, for the first time in a long time, he let himself feel everything: love, guilt, longing, and regret tangled together like a storm. He noticed Elena watching quietly, trying to step back so he could have his moment, but he stopped her by gently calling her name. He realized how much she had become the backbone of this household, the quiet light in his daughter's darkest days, and the gentle strength they leaned on when he wasn't there. He remembered hiring her shortly after the funeral, thinking he just needed help managing the home. He never imagined she would become a blessing he never knew he needed. As the day unfolded, he stayed with them, canceling the rest of his schedule. He watched as Elena brushed the girls' curls, tied their bright bows, and prepared their favorite strawberry pancakes. The girls hovered around her like she was a second sun, glowing wherever she went. He saw how they trusted her, how they hugged her with the same warmth they gave their mother, and how Elena treated them not like a job, but like they were pieces of her own heart. Every small act revealed something deeper: a quiet devotion, a gentle sacrifice, a love that expected nothing in return. Over the next few hours, a truth formed so clearly in Adrian's mind it was impossible to ignore. He had been blind to the quiet hero living under his own roof. Elena had stepped into a void she was never asked to fill but chose to fill anyway. She carried the girls through the worst season of their lives, wiping tears during nightmares, soothing fears no one else understood, and making sure their world still felt warm when his had gone cold. And she did it all while navigating her own challenges, working long hours, sending money back to her family, and battling exhaustion he had never noticed before today. Standing there, watching her cradle one of the girls who had dozed off in her arms, he felt a wave of gratitude so powerful it almost brought him to his knees. That night, after the girls were asleep, he found Elena cleaning up quietly in the kitchen, her hands tired but her smile soft. He approached her with a sincerity he rarely showed anyone. He thanked her, not as an employer, but as a father, a man, a soul who had been saved without even realizing it. He told her how much she had done, how deeply she had cared, and how her compassion had carried the family when he couldn't. She didn't expect the praise, she simply said she cared because the girls deserved love and because she knew what it felt like to lose someone and still have to move forward. Her voice trembled slightly as she spoke, revealing a strength born from pain and shaped by kindness. That night changed everything for Adrian. It awakened him. It made him realize that family wasn't just bound by blood, but by love, presence, and sacrifice. The next morning he made a promise, a real one this time. He vowed to be there, truly be there, not just physically but emotionally. And he vowed that Elena would never again feel like just the maid. She was a part of their healing, a part of their home, and someone whose compassion had stitched their broken pieces together. Weeks passed, and Adrian transformed. He spent mornings with the girls, learned their favorite songs, read bedtime stories, and slowly built the life he had once taken for granted. Elena's role naturally grew too, not because he asked it of her, but because she had earned a place in the family's heart. Adrian made sure her life was eased, better pay, fewer hours, more support, because kindness should never be taken for granted. As life settled into its new rhythm, Adrian often found himself remembering that first moment he walked into the kitchen, the laughter, the warmth, the unexpected love he witnessed. It was the moment that rebuilt him from the inside out. If this story touched your heart even a little, please support us with a like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Thread. Your support means the world. Before the ending, please comment below what moment in the story moved you the most. In the end, Adrian realized something priceless. Sometimes the greatest miracles arrive quietly, disguised as everyday people with extraordinary hearts. And sometimes, coming home early is the beginning of a brand new life, one filled with love, healing, and second chances.
De acá le anda. Ay, es re fino, boludo. Es re fino.
Benvenido August 2018.
¿Qué onda, ¿Qué onda, hermano? ¿Cómo andas, amigo? ¿Todo tranquilo? Nosotros estamos acá esperando, sinceramente, a que termine el partido de Boca. Todo tranquilo, por suerte, boludo. Hablamos de muchas cosas hoy. Apenas que termine el partido de Boca. Y ya para terminar, es como la noticia del día. Se me atrasó. ¿Qué onda? Esto no va a 91 minutos. Ahí va.